guys, this is Rurouni K95 here, and welcome to the 2023 edition of my DVD and Blu Ray Collection Library video series. So, we're going to be showcasing some popular films I have from the late 60s to the early 70s, because I have wanted to think about doing this video, which we're long overdue for a new video like this, which I have right here. So, let's dive right into this, today, on the Physical Media Video Library series. Welcome back. In this brand new video, we're going to have to be showcasing some movies that came out in the late 60s and early 70s, starting with the popular movies. Just like I had to do with my previous ones, because I have been, just like how I've been doing it with genre category under movies, TV shows, anime, and like certain cartoons for a while. But popular films is something I have never done like this before until now, because that is something new, that's why. Pretty much that is what I can think of for that as well. In case you're wondering, for all this as well. Yeah, we're tugging it off on there for the top notches as well. Yeah. So, without any further ado, which is right here and right now, let's dive into the popular films of the late 60s and the early 70s. And let's begin. The first one here I'm going to start off with here on that I have been showing you in the previous video a while back that I did since yesterday. Destroy All Planets. Well, yesterday I forgot to mention though is that Monster from a Prehistoric Planet is basically in the 1967 movies, Gamera versus Gyras, if I cannot pronounce the name of that one. Yeah, that's the Japanese film from 1968 on here. Yeah, it's this one on the back. It's basically like one of those like $1 bargain bin DVDs like you find at your local Walmart or your local dollar store for only $1 a piece as well. Yeah, because most of these were originally released theatrically when it was in English in the United States of America theatrically, when it was aired on television, especially on these certain movies like this as well, which is under the company of, which, if I'm not mistaken, which is American International Pictures, by the way. Yeah, because, yeah, this is one of those older DVDs from PC Treasures on here. Another movie I have here on DVD, and I think I got this a long time ago, back in 2003, at Walgreens, which I think I remembered this movie, and this is digitally mastered in THX on DVD. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. This is one of those movies I recently bought that I got because I think I found it at those bargain bins on DVD at my local Walgreens back in 2003, which I think I remember, by the way. Yeah, because how did I all remember for this as well? Yeah, this is a 1998 MGM Home Entertainment DVD release on here. Yeah, because I didn't know until now as well. Because this has a 4-page booklet with the trivia and production notes on the DVD, though. Yeah, because this is only presented in 4.3 standard full frame, which is the full screen, by the way. However, this came with a 4-page booklet on here as well. Yeah, because I didn't know about this until now. Yeah. So I have a real good thing for how you ever wanted to realize of how you wanted to come by for like certain DVDs that have like these sing-along selections on here. Some of the music and the songs, especially on the lyrics, were done by the Sherman Brothers, which is Richard M. and Robert B. Sherman, that recently worked with Walt Disney at the time as well, when they made like certain movies in general. But on the other hand, this movie is done by this is a screenplay done by director Ken Hughes and Roald Dahl, who recently worked as the author on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, James and the Giant Peach, Fantastic Mr. Fox. Many of his stories he wrote what Roald Dahl had as well, if I could remember for this as well. Yeah, however, this is a 1998 MGM DVD release on here, because, you know, this just got to my curiosity of how I wanted to come by for DVDs as well. And another movie I have right here on VHS, and I think I got this a while back at Hollywood Video when it was on sale. Dracula Has Risen from the Grave. You know, this is the 1968 Hammer Horror Films VHS ones on there. However, this came in a slipcover like this on here, and this is basically a digitally processed film transfer on the VHS as well. I mean, if you look at the spine on here, it says Hollywood Video, because I got this a long time ago at Hollywood Video back in 2006, which is how many years ago since I had this tape at Hollywood Video? 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I got this like 15 years ago at Hollywood Video. Yeah, because it's been 15 years since I bought this VHS at Hollywood Video, which I remembered as well. I'm hoping if this could have a Blu Ray release, Warner Archive Collection could get a hold of this for a Blu Ray release, though, like the standard Blu Ray, though. Another movie I have right here on VHS on here, and this is basically a older VHS release from ADV Films on here, and this is particularly of how you want to come by for this under these movies from 1968 on here. Destroy All Monsters. Yeah, the slip cover is missing, by the way. Yeah. And to me, though, this has been a long time since I've watched this movie, like several times on this VHS. However, it's also available on DVD from ADV Films, though. But it's also available on Blu-ray, which is part of the Godzilla Showa-era film collection Blu-ray set from under the Criterion Collection, which it has the original Japanese language track on here included as well. Another movie I have right here, and this is under 1969 on here, and this has been a long time since I've seen this movie so many times. Godzilla's Revenge. This is also known as All Monsters Attack. That's particularly the original Japanese title for the movie on there as well, which I have acknowledged for this. So, however, this is a 1980s, because this is the original title, because it's in. However, this was released theatrically in the United States of America by the UPA Henry G. Sharpstein presentation, which is in conjunction with a Japanese studio. However, the Japanese studio Toho Company Limited maybe available in the Japanese version. If I couldn't remember, though, if I would have acknowledged this as well, like if this could have been on the, which is probably the Criterion collection of the Godzilla Showa era film collection, set on the Blu-ray as well. And this particularly of how you want to know for that, of how you expect to, how you acknowledge this as well. I mean, this is particularly how it's got to for me on this as well. And yeah, because however, it's also available on the DVD under classic media on here, like the 2-disc edition, which also has the Japanese version, which is the English subtitled version on here. But this VHS of All Monsters Attack, which is the original Japanese title under Godzilla's Revenge, this is probably let me figure out this. So, this is presented in Master Sharp on this Paramount home video release on here. I didn't know this is how you want to come by for these VHSs on here. And a classic Western movie that I gently love, and this is one of my all-time favorite Westerns of all time from the 60s on here. True Grit. This is the original True Grit, not the 2010 remake True Grit with Jeff Bridges. No, no, no. This is the original True Grit, because this is the one that stars John Wayne, Glenn Campbell, and Kim Darby in this film as well. However, this DVD has the commentary by Jeb Rosebrook on here, as well as Bob Bosbell and J. Stewart Rosebrook in that one. There's a lot of special features on this DVD. And this also has the Aspen Gold locations of True Grit as well. However, the music in this movie is composed by Elmer Bernstein, Elmer Bernstein, yeah, if I can pronounce the name though, who recently worked as the music composer for The Black Cauldron in that one as well. However, this movie also features Robert Duvall from The Great Santini in that one. However, this movie is presented in 16:9 anamorphic widescreen format on this DVD, though, which is enhanced for the 16:9 TV screen format on here on this DVD, though, because this is how you want to come by for old movies like True Grit as well. Another movie I have right here on the DVD, and this is going to get me devoted to another ones as well, and this is one of those, like, Alpha Video cheap DVDs that were only like $1 each that I have right here. Attack of the Monsters. This is which is, Gamera Tai Daikaiju Giron, which is the original Japanese title for the Gamera movies on here. However, this is released in 1969, and it's 80 minutes on here. And this is obviously an English dub over this when it was under, which is released by American International Pictures, which is in conjunction with a Japanese studio, Daiei Company Limited. That's what I could remember for this as well. Especially for a Japanese kaiju movies on here. Because Gamera I could put this on the par with Godzilla movies on here, because they're not necessarily sci-fi horror on Godzilla movies. I would just basically call it as like Japanese monster movies on here. You know, like kaiju, for example, though, and this is one of them. However, this is also available in the Gamera Behemoth Movie Collection box set from Arrow Video, which it has the original Japanese version on here, if you could ever find one as well. And, this has got to my case for this also, if I'm not mistaken as well. Another movie I have right here, and this is my favorite spaghetti westerns from the late 60s on here, and this has been my all-time favorite movies that I have been watched most of the time, because I have wanted to binge watch this movie as a favorite. Boot Hill. This movie stars Terence Hill, Bud Spencer, Lionel Stander, Woody Strode, George Eastman, and Victor Buono in that one. Yeah, because the movie Boot Hill with Terence Hill and Bud Spencer is the last of the Giuseppe Colizzi trilogy as well, because they repackaged it under the title as Trinity Rides Again, but apparently though this was part of the Giuseppe Colizzi trilogy though, like with the first two of the other ones, like God Forgives, I Don't, as well as probably Ace High also, because I have been started getting into like Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movies, and however, this was my first Bud Spencer Terence Hill movie I watched when it was on Tubi, and to me, I'm basically introduced to the world of Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movies on here, and this is my introduction. And even though that was my first spaghetti western movie though, however, the movie Boot Hill was not only my introduction to spaghetti westerns in general, but it's partially responsible for my introduction to the world of Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movies as well, because I have a feeling I'm starting to become a Terence Hill and Bud Spencer fan, that's why. Because I've been watched many of those movies as well. However, this movie the music is composed by Carlo Rustichelli. Yeah. If I cannot pronounce the name, though. Yeah, this is directed by Giuseppe Colizzi, who later worked on the action comedy movie Terence Hill and Bud Spencer. Also appeared in the movie in 1972, which is All the Way Boys, or in Italy as Più Forte Ragazzi as well. Which I don't have these movies, but I will get more of them, because I'm literally start getting into Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movies though, because however, this is released by Diamond Entertainment on here, and this is only in English as well, because I can understand why this is in Region 1 though. You know, because why not? Because this is perfect to have this in your DVD and Blu Ray collection as well, if you've ever been a DVD and Blu Ray collector as well. Yeah, because it's Boot Hill on DVD though. Yeah, because this has got to be the first one I have, because I want to binge watch this movie at this point. So we're into this movies released in 1970 I have right here. This is the one I also got from Hollywood Video, and it's been a long time since I've seen this movie on VHS. Taste the Blood of Dracula. Another Hammer horror films from the 70s on here. Wait, is it? Oh yeah. This was released in 1970 on here. Because I have realized I wanted to come by for how this VHS is a Hollywood Video copy, because I got this a long time ago at Hollywood Video, because I remember getting this on VHS because this was on sale though, because you know, Hollywood Video was selling off a lot of their older things on VHS though, because a lot of people, because you know, that's what you call as collecting physical media, especially if you ever been collecting VHS, DVD, or Blu-ray, or like or 4K Ultras as well. If you ever could find something that were available though, if I could remember as well accordingly. So, if this could ever have a Blu-ray release, I'm hoping if probably Warner Archive Collection could get a hold of this for a Blu-ray release, though. That'll get you going. And at last, this is the popular spaghetti western comedies from the 70s, and to me, this has been my all-time favorite movie that I loved. And to me, I wanted to watch this movie I got out of binge watch as well as a favorite on here. They Call Me Trinity. To me, though, this is my favorite spaghetti western comedy, starring Terence Hill and Bud Spencer. However, it was released theatrically in the U.S. in 1971, but it was released in Italy in 1970 as well. This DVD has the trivia quiz, and this has the biographies on this DVD, though. To me, on there. However, this is particularly how it's part of the Critic Picks series on this DVD, though. Yeah, because I have a couple of Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movies on DVD, though. Why not? I love this movie. And this has been my all-time favorite Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movies on here. And speaking of which, I have a couple of Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movies on DVD. I mean, if you look at these as well, because this is what you got whenever I come by on how I own a couple of Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movies, because I have a feeling I'm going to get some more Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movies out there, because there's a lot of them out there. The ones I need to get in addition to this, which are Trinity Is Still My Name, All the Way Boys, Ace High, God Forgives I Don't. Yeah, I also think Terence Hill is also in Django, Prepare a Coffin, and Today It's Me, Tomorrow It's You, which is the only Bud Spencer movie, and The Five-Armed Men, or something like that as well. And there's also All the Way Boys, Man of the East, It Can Be Done Amigo. But the only way you could find It Can Be Done Amigo, which is the only Bud Spencer movie on DVD, I would suggest if you could find it in these spaghetti western movie packs on DVD from Mill Creek on there. I'm hoping if this could ever get a standalone Blu-ray release or on DVD in Region 1, or leave it up to Arrow Video or Kino Lorber Studio Classics if they could ever release It Can Be Done Amigo on Blu-ray, that would be awesome, and that's going to be perfect for the collection, though. And there's other ones I need to get in addition, like Watch Out, We're Mad, Whoever Finds a Friend Finds the Treasure, Crime Busters, The Sheriff and the Satellite Kid, Why Did You Pick on Me, which is the sequel to The Sheriff and the Satellite Kid, and as well as Banana Joe, Bomber, and They Call Him Bulldozer, because, you know, I need to get They Call Him Bulldozer on DVD at one point, because I considered They Call Him Bulldozer my favorite Bud Spencer movie from the 70s, in my opinion, because I've been literally introduced to Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movies, though, and most of them were never available on DVD, but they were only released on VHS, like Go For It. There's other ones I need to get, like Miami Super Cops as well, because there's a whole bunch of Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movies out there. And there's also Man of the East, as well as My Name is Nobody. And there's also Buddy Goes West as well, which is another 1981 Bud Spencer movie I really need to get. And I think also Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movie I need to get that I plan at one point, which is Blackie the Pirate. That's another one I need to get, because there's a whole lot of Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movies out there, because I've been literally introduced to those, that's why. So that's going to be but pretty soon that I will get more of them at one point for this as well. So that's going to be it for my video here, because we're going to be doing, because I'm showcasing some movies from the late 60s and early 70s on here, and I wanted to get more movies of Terence Hill and Bud Spencer movies on DVD, though. Some of them you could find them in either Region 1 or Region 2, which you could find them anywhere in Europe, though, which is a very interesting fact I have for this as well. Yeah, because I just wanted to come by on this as well, accordingly to how I acknowledge this as well. And be sure to subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button, because I've been literally getting into Blu-ray from World Cinema, Ralph Bakshi films from the 70s and 80s, as well as movies presented in THX certified, as well as metal albums on vinyl from like new wave British heavy metal, Scandinavian black metal, Norwegian black metal, underground death metal and thrash metal bands from the 80s and 90s on here, as well as obscure metal bands from the 80s also and 90s as well too. In addition to that as well, just for the, if you can find them on vinyl as well. So there was also other ones as well as band patches for my battle jacket, from like iron sew-on embroidered patches to like cloth patches for your battle jacket as well. And there's a lot of different types of hobbies for the collecting I have, for the variety of it as well, of how I can also acknowledge this as well. And also be sure to check out your comments in the comments section below. Be sure to hit the notifications bell button. Be sure to check it out as well. Smack the like button if you enjoyed the video. Be sure to check out my Anime Planet or Analyst at your leisure, because I'm getting into Letterboxd. That's why. And that's all I have, what I got for today. Well, this is Rurouni K95 saying thank you for watching my video, and I'm glad you liked it. I hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Be sure to stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great day. This is Rurouni K95 signing off. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you soon for more videos that I got on planned. Take care.